Morning, several local environmentalist groups are taking a stand against development plans from the city of Rock Island. The city wants to add a marijuana dispensary and truck stop to the area known as Milan Bottoms. That's an over 3,500-acre wetland complex near the Bally's Casino on the Centennial Expressway. According to a release, that habitat supports heron, mussels, and other species while hosting the largest bald eagle night roost in the lower 48 states. KWQC's Kayla Page joins us live now. And Kayla, you spoke with the mayor yesterday, so we're getting a first look at what those plans may look like.
That's right. You can see the renderings as they play around here as well with the proposed developments that he plans to put in place along with other city officials. But one of the biggest things with the development plan is a tree line that they do plan to keep in place, that is as a barrier to the back portion of the property, as a barrier between the facility and the wetlands. That was one of the biggest things he did mention within the discussion that we had yesterday. I'm joined now with the Sierra Club chairperson, that is Eagle Group chairperson. Thank you for joining me, John.
Oh, you're welcome.
Absolutely. Now, when you all met with the mayor on February 27th along with other city officials, he said those conversations were very respectful and went well. What did you take from those conversations?
Well, several things. I think that the city is planning to go ahead with this project. Doesn't sound like they're willing to make any modifications at this point. They talked about doing some long-term plans to preserve the area, but we haven't really seen a real commitment from them to do that yet. So we're trying to press the city to make a proclamation or some commitment to the long-term protection of the area.
Absolutely. And then when I spoke with him yesterday, he did mention that the 10 acres in particular that you all are most concerned with in particular, he said he does plan to put it in writing, such as passing an ordinance to preserve the wetlands. Is that what you hope to see exactly?
Well, that'd be a great start. I think any kind of protection we can get for it, there are several ways to do that. And I think since the city owns I think it was 250, 300 acres they got from Riverstone. So we'd like to see that protection permanent.
Now, whether this plan, as the mayor did say, he does plan to put this in motion, what is the timeline of this, you say, when it comes to this endangered habitat, if you will, whether this goes or does not go into effect? What does that look like for the Eagle Group?
Well, timeline is it's going to be after they do the development, and they propose that the TIF district will provide some tax dollars to do something in this area. We've advocated that they really need a long-term wildlife management plan, that would protect the fish and wildlife resources and allow some public interaction with the ecosystem too. Even if it's a minor trail, so people can stop if they're coming in from Iowa, and they'd be able to look, out over the marsh to see other migratory birds, etc., things like that.
Gotcha. And then finally, just what is it that you want the public to know from these roosts that you're hosting both today and then again at the city hall meeting?
We just want the citizens to show up and show their support for the Eagles, which are an important part of our economy, and also advocate for the long-term protection of the area.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
it. And again, Mayor Thomas did mention yesterday in that conversation that the city does plan to continue to move forward with those plans as well, and we'll continue to update you on air and online as that information comes in. Live in Rock Island, Kayla Page, KWQC TV6 News.
All right, Kayla, thank you. That second Roost In will be held March 17th at the Rock Island City Hall from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.